Beach and Fort Pierce.
This is a special edition of WeatherScope, continuing coverage of Cold Wave 96.
Well, with any winter storm, there's two main ingredients: cold air and also lots of moisture causing snow and ice. Good afternoon to you. I'm Rich Johnson. We do have another major winter storm, but really the first phase of the storm now over with. The snow and ice, well, at least almost over with. Now we're looking for extremely cold air to head to the south. We'll take you to Boston first and show you some of the cold weather and the snow around Boston. Hey, look at the deserted streets. Guess we don't see this too often, but a winter storm will do it every time, at least one that dumps quite a bit of snow. Again, 6 inches of snow in town, and the mini tractors were out helping keep the sidewalks clear. Heading farther south into Atlanta, this bus almost flipping over, at least spinning out of control with the ice on the roadways. Many motorists were surprised in Atlanta with temperatures into the mid to upper 30s all day long and about 2.5 inches of rain. Well, last night, cold air jumped across the Appalachians right down into Atlanta, and temperatures dropped a number of degrees, a good 5 or 6 degrees in a short period of time. So roadways that were only wet, by the time evening settled in, they were icy. And even today around Atlanta, still some snow showers continuing just north of town, some snow-covered highways up to the northern perimeter. Speaking about snow, let's recap and show you how much snow that we found in a swath stretching from Maryland and into Virginia. That is where the heaviest of the snow fell. Actually, the heaviest amount on the eastern shore of Maryland at Cambridge. That is our new total at 21. Rehoboth Beach at 18, a foot and a half, and down to Ocean City, also a foot. This is very unusual. I really can't tell you how often this really doesn't happen. It's usually farther to the interior where the coldest air is. The biggest cities picking up a moderate amount of snow, a nice solid, generally 5 to 8 inch snowfall, with Philadelphia at 5, Boston 6, and New York at...
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Cecily Tynan, Phil Andrews, and Rob Jennings.
Saturday night, the big story in Action News is a 1-2 punch from Mother Nature. The snow has stopped falling, the mercury hasn't. Plows were out this morning, clearing the overnight snow accumulations from area roadways. The return of the snow meant the return of an activity that's all too familiar this year, shoveling. But just as soon as the snow's cleaned up, we'll be facing another very serious weather situation, and that is dangerous cold. Cecily Tynan's live outside with more on today's snowfall and tonight's cold. Cecily?
Well, Rob, if you do have any snow still left on your driveways, your sidewalks,
get rid of it now because it's going to be freezing solid overnight. Now, officially, we got 5 inches of snowfall at Philadelphia, Devon, 6 inches. As you move closer to the south, you see more snow. Dover, Delaware, 11 inches of snow. In Wilmington, 7 inches officially. Millville, New Jersey, 10 inches. And Cape May, New Jersey, 10 inches as well. Most of the snow has ended. Coastal New Jersey could see maybe an inch or two over the next couple of hours. The snow is still very light there, but now we're talking about bitter cold wind chills. A wind chill advisory is in effect. Now, in addition to the near record lows, we'll be getting winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. This means the wind chill of 10 to 20 degrees below zero. That's dangerously cold.
Live on the action cam in the
drive like this man, it's important to dress in layers. So today, shoppers...
Correspondent Lauren Wilson live on the action cam in Wilmington with the latest there. Lauren?
Rob, here in Wilmington, folks spent their Saturday digging out just like everybody else did in the Delaware Valley. Of course, this storm paled in comparison to last month's blizzard. If you lived upstate, that is. It was southern Delaware that got walloped by this storm.
Southern Delaware received anywhere between 18 and 20 inches of snow, total accumulation, with a mixture of sleet and ice as well.
Ron Goff works where the war on winter is fought in Delaware. This is the Emergency Operations Center, an underground bunker where inside workers stay here around the clock until the bad weather clears. This man has been at his post since Thursday, keeping an eye on computers and monitors. All storm-related decisions are made here. Governor Tom Carper lifted a limited state of emergency in southern Delaware late today based on advice received from here. As for northern Delaware, snowplows kept the streets well cleared, but residents were on their own, clearing away snow once again. Forget the car, these kids were more concerned about their own wheels. Young and old alike put work aside to take on this favorite sledding spot called Monkey Hill. Connor Bartolo says he spent more time crashing than sledding, though, so he renamed Monkey Hill.
K13 Mountain of Bad Luck, 'cause that's all it's given me.
Some adults might say this winter has gone to the dogs because their comments all seem to be the same.
I'll be ready for spring.
Yeah, getting tired of it.
A little bit.
Well, there's still plenty of winter left, as you know, and as we've been saying, the temperatures tonight are going to dip down into the single digits. It's very cold. The roads will be icy, so you might want to consider staying at home. I'm Lauren Wilson reporting live on the Action Cam in Wilmington.
Okay, Lauren, now the Jersey Shore really picked up a lot of snow during this one. Jersey correspondent Joe Torres is live in Margate. Joe?
Good evening to you, Rob. Cecily Tynan mentioned it. I can confirm it. News and a sight folks here at the Jersey Shore probably don't want to see. It is snowing once again. Here at the Jersey Shore, you think of the Jersey Shore, you think of warm temperatures, the summer, the beach, fun in the sun. Well, all this snow has folks here along the coast asking themselves, when is Memorial Day? It was not your typical Saturday at the Jersey Shore. In a town that loves summer, people in Margate today dreaded old man winter as they dug out from more than a foot of snow.
Once a season, it seems to be enough. Twice, it's getting a little tiresome. Yeah, it's time to start looking at the airline brochures, find out where the warm spots are.
Roads, for the most part, are snow-covered but passable. Velda McCoy chose to do her food shopping on foot and not by car.
Walking, I think, is a lot better than driving. You know, I see you doing the same thing. Yeah. But it's a lot better than driving, but it's nice out.
In Summers Point, Charlie Brown, yes, that's his name, took care of a winter emergency by replacing his windshield wipers.
I was coming home last night. This wiper blade broke. I couldn't even see. I missed the exit at Summers Point.
We missed something else in Summers Point. The run this morning on shovels here at Shore Hardware. There's plenty of salt, but this wall, which earlier today was stacked with shovels, is now empty.
We had about well over 100 shovels, and I guess in maybe 2 hours, they were gone.
Robert Munier and Joe Arliff had their shovels. They tried making a few dollars by cleaning neighbors' sidewalks.
Well, we're going to head back to my house and play football or something.
Business not that good, huh?
Not that good. Nice names, Rob and Joe, and you know, they may not want to put their shovels away just yet. Cecily mentioned it, Kristen mentioned it, now I will. It is cold here, meaning all this snow isn't going away anytime soon, so the folks who said no to them today may in fact say yes to them tomorrow. I'm Joe Torres, live on the Action Cam, Rob, in Margate.
Thank you, Joe. Well, New Jersey correspondent Kathy Gandolfo was down at the shore overnight when the snow began falling. Here's Kathy's report.
Heavy snow fell over the shore throughout the night and early morning hours, accompanied by gale-force wind. In Ocean City, the boardwalk, teeming with visitors in the warm weather, was cold and desolate. By 8 a.m., the storm had passed with just a few flurries remaining, along with a foot of snow. Snowplows, which have been operating since yesterday morning, continued their work today. Even small streets were getting attention. Ocean City Police Chief Jim Nichols had driven in from the mainland, where he said conditions seemed to be worse.
They're pretty bad. Offshore when I was coming in is really bad. Here, the streets are plowed pretty well.
Unlike the blizzard of '96, severe beach erosion did not come along with this storm, and Ocean City was spared further damage. Meanwhile, on the streets, cross-country skiing replaced surfing as the sport of choice for some. Many folks didn't let a foot of snow stop them from a little exercise. There were the joggers and the walkers.
We have the dog, and we're just going to venture out and see what it feels like out here.
And what have you found so far?
It's pretty cold, but it's pretty.
It's hard to get out the front door, but other than that, the streets look pretty good.
Most people, however, seem to be getting their exercise with shovels. And obviously, some were enjoying the snow more than others.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a ball. That's what I always wanted to do on my day off. Out here trying to make way so I can get my car out tomorrow for work.
I love it. If I had skis, I wouldn't be up to my ankles and knees in snow.
The South Jersey beach communities have gotten more snow this winter than they've seen in years. But here in Ocean City, the folks seem to be taking it in stride, although clearly they would much prefer the more shore-like weather. I'm Kathy Gandolfo, Channel 6 Action News, Ocean City, New Jersey.
Well, Bucks County residents also awoke to a thick carpet of snow outside to deal with, of course, and since the snow stopped falling sooner than expected, people like these folks in Bristol got out early to start their chore of shoveling out the family car, or shoveling off the front walk. Meanwhile, these people just hopped aboard their snowmobiles and did with little fuss or shoveling and took to Route 413. They had some fun scooting up and down the highway. As we can see, Strawbridge and Clothier decided not to open its stores today because of the snow, but other merchants wanted to get things cleared for Saturday shoppers. Anita Brickman reports from Main Street, Manayunk.
Long before the sun came up, snowplows had already traveled Main Street in Manayunk, making it passable for cars and pedestrians. Good thing, or Angie Hessler wouldn't have made it to her job at a nursing home.
As long as the buses are rolling, I shouldn't have any problems.
And a SEPTA bus did pick her up in plenty of time, even as Michael Simon navigated the snow to make some 150 newspaper deliveries.
But today it's powdery, so it's not that bad. You can drive through it as long as you're going down. But going uphill, you're in trouble.
Getting sidewalks shoveled and parking lots cleared was top priority for many Main Street merchants. This neighborhood is full of small retailers who've already been hit financially by the blizzard and the flooding that followed.
It's been a disastrous time for the vendors.
The owner of Manayunk's Farmers Market put the word out right away that this morning's snow would not keep the market closed.
When we got down here early and plowed the parking lot, and I think people can get down here, and I hope everybody comes down.
The co-owner of a gourmet pizza shop at the market was optimistic too.
After 30 to 36 inches, 6 inches isn't going to stop anybody from getting around in Philadelphia. I think we're going to be busy today.
In Manayunk, I'm Anita Brickman, Channel 6 Action News.
Well, Philadelphia was spared a more serious helping of snow. We got about 5 inches this time. City plows were out in force early and easily outmuscled the snow on the ground this time around. And by the way, the city's snow emergency alert was lifted moments ago, so parking restrictions are over. At one point this morning, though, 7800 North Philadelphia homes were without power due to a fire that struck a Pico Energy substation. Repairs, though, were made and it restored power by 2 o'clock this afternoon. The snowfall inconvenienced some travelers today. David Murphy now with that part of the story from Philadelphia International.
On the surface, it looked like business as usual at Philadelphia International Airport this morning with a crowd of passengers meeting planes, many with a warm weather rallying cry.
Going to Florida we are.
Glad to get out of town. Was in for the 31 inches and getting out for whatever's left here.
Passengers were warned to call ahead to make sure their flight wasn't delayed or canceled. Many wound up on the phone trying to make new arrangements. This guy and a pal were supposed to be on a 7:30 a.m. flight home to Cleveland, which was canceled.
Yeah, we're on a 2 o'clock flight, but we're going to try to do better. Yeah.
So we're working the phones here. This is like, have you had experience with this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've done this before.
The less experienced simply decided to wait it out.
Yeah, we're a little bit late, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can't wait to get down there. We're going down Miami. Yep. Jumping on a cruise.
But the terminals weren't the only busy parts of the airport today. On the snow-covered airfield itself, there was a flurry of activity. Heavy tractors worked right alongside the aircraft, clearing away the snow. Philadelphia had at least one runway open all night long and 2 open by 9 a.m. Consequently, controllers accepted extra traffic that had been diverted here from other airports that didn't do so well.
Kennedy was closed, Atlanta was closed. We got some of their diversion. We had a Egyptian Air flight on the ground here, something we've never seen before.
One thing that helped, the brunt of the snow here hit overnight when the airport has the fewest flights. The disruption was not large scale, and most airlines were back on schedule by early afternoon. At Philadelphia International, David Murphy, Channel 6 Action News.
Still to come on Action News this Saturday, the Eddie Pollock murder trial.